A few examples of website design and development that we've done. The aforementioned page for our website. It's a pretty large website. Not just talking about the actual wall itself, because obviously it's just a load of bricks, although it's quite interesting, I suppose, if you're into that sort of thing. But it's a massive, all ages will countries, such as from all the way from one coast to coming to another coast. It's all the actual attractions, heritage sites, walks, pubs, hotels that all fit into this kind of like 10-mile band either side of the walls. There's a massive amount of data to fit on there. So what we try to do is, it's quite an old school sort of brand identity, if you like, so we've sort of taken it and making it a little bit more sort of modern. We've got an expandable navigation down the left-hand side, which is a constant. There's obviously a lot of pages, a lot of content, so you don't want that sort of moving around or changing. People need to know sort of where they're going to. And from the home page, what we've done is just pulled through sort of like sort of 3 of the top latest news items with a small thumbnail. Then with this area here, sort of main content, the actual client can go in there and change those different sort of focal points to what they want to do, whatever's the most sort of common thing that month. So they've got like a competition, they've got this down here at the moment, so we have to Roman battle, there's a sign up for the newsletter, but these other sort of areas, including this one, they can all change, they can change that around, so there might be something they want to push at that, maybe the bed and breakfast or something you really want to sort of push in the area, or new walks or something, so they'll put that in that graphic there, change that through. So it's quite sort of fresh, but it quite keeps it in the right sort of corporate branding and style. Darlington College is one of our large clients. This is a new redesign. We their existing website and their internet and various other bits and pieces for them. But this is a new redesign that will be going live in a few weeks, I believe. Again, just trying to pull through sort of interesting content. We've got a weekly webcast here that's going to be done by the Chief Inspectors. There's a bit of sort of video footage on the homepage. Again, people are a lot more for the YouTubes and the Facebooks and everything. People are more sort of used to getting like sort of rich media content, video and stuff like that. So we're trying to pull that through with the police. A lot of latest news is pulled through there. And this website here is actually more interesting navigation in the sense of when you roll over these links here, you don't actually go through them, but it'll actually just change the content area instantly, so people can quickly cycle through what they're looking at to get a rough idea before they actually drill down into the various information. And other things, like 24-hour non-emergency number is probably the most important thing there, because people are always trying to, not bring the 991 number, so they want to find out where it is, so keeping that very prominent. Things like the aforementioned text size and stuff like that. All these sort of things are kept to global constants. They don't move around, so people, once they know where they are, they don't have to search them again. And we've also got our most popular pages on the bottom left there, just keeping an idea of what people are going to. Newcastle partnership, quite a recent one that we did. This is a local strategic partnership for Newcastle. We used together like public, community, voluntary, private sector groups. The key sort of part of this brief was to very much sort of play on obviously the area. For Newcastle, it's sort of Newcastle and based actually. So we just used this really large sort of widescreen area to put on these amazing images that they had from this really good image library. Just really play on that, really push that up to the person that gets there, and I can cycle through different shots. Again, just putting through information on what they are, things like the latest project. Just once they put that into the actual content, the homepage will just pull that through itself. Keeps it up to date, keeps the interesting content fresh and up to date and interesting. Includes the forum, the using events and expandable navigation as well. Something slightly different there. This is Tully House, this is an exhibition called Once Upon a Time. We can change it onto Once Upon a website. Obviously, very much aimed at kids and a much younger audience. So things like they had a lot of these illustrations already created for the exhibition, so we sort of took them and sort of worked them around to work online. So this whole sort of header part here is actually a flash animation, although the menu is left as HTML. That will actually prompt you to install a flash player if you don't have it. Again, going back to accessibility, so they sort of make the text animated, the beat animated. It's very big and bold and colourful. Things like the buttons are very large, so a small child who will use the internet is going to find it a lot easier to navigate through, rather than find something quite tricky and small. Just really playing on the sort of strong colours, making it very cool for the kids. Something completely different to that, Shepherd Construction, obviously a construction company based in New York, and they've got offices pretty much all around the country. Very corporate, very sort of straightforward. Playing on the strongest of the imagery again, sort of this menu, something slightly different, just that which pulls across into this sort of menu area. It's kind of like expandable navigation that goes to the side. Selected projects and key areas that you can pull out the visual graphic. Things like latest vacancies, they do a lot of online recruitment, obviously saves them sort of printing costs and advertising costs, and probably the recent news as well. A recent one is just in conceptual stage at the moment for a company called Gravity. They work basically as a consultant agency for marketing plans and ideas, and they had this really strong imagery that we thought we'd sort of have a little play with in Photoshop. So this one here was an advertising campaign that he did for somewhere in Scotland, I believe it was. Obviously trying to pull in tourism stuff to the area. So what we did is I took the sort of idea of the gravity and the sort of red colour that they've got, turn it into a nice big block and just sort of dump it in the ocean there. So it's kind of like it's almost like it's having an impact on the area. We paid that through different imagery that they had as well. So it's quite noticeable, but still within the sort of visual style. Again, one thing to do their latest news instead of case studies. Newcastle Futures. This is a company that helps people coming from sort of unemployment to help find employment in Newcastle. They wanted it quite sort of friendly, quite sort of light and airy. So obviously, first thing that came to my mind was sort of the clouds and sort of keeping it sort of really sort of visually light. So the sort of clouds getting across the top. Again, pulling things through success stories and case studies. Nice strong visual links through to the different areas. Just sort of like visual sort of metaphors that just help people pull through and navigate where they're going. The corporate site for Terrace Hill. This is a large construction company. Again, this is in the redesign. You quite often find that you can do a design that looks very sort of nice and cool, but in a couple of years you will want to sort of revisit that and sort of update and refresh it, which is good if you've got plans because it means you can go back and chat to them some more. So this is they kind of updated their whole brand and design style, and they have this really good sort of annual review done with lots of very friendly shots of all the sort of staff and whatnot. So we've kind of sort of tried to pull out things like the sort of main area here with the case image. You can do that with Flash and make it quite sort of animated and cycle through. So if someone sat on the home page, we'll actually get a few different case studies coming through at the same time. We do a lot of e-commerce sites as well. The largest client sites, collectibles, and we've probably seen their stores. Hope we haven't been in them because they sell some terrible stuff. But they sell some. They have a massive amount of products that they sell, and they wanted to take it online. So we came to this website for them. It's very much on the homepage, selling the key sort of products and the key sort of styles and brands that they want to push at the moment. As you imagine, they get so much stock in one night. So we've actually got 3 actual pulled out from the main sort of the actual products themselves. These areas just used for visual advertising, just to tell them the sales and interesting things that they've got for sale.